Why do you feel aquariums in particular are so intimidating for people?
I think it's because they're alive. More than having just glass or beautiful design, they have animals. They're alive.
The whole point of what you guys do is removing that intimidation factor and easing the process.
Bringing the ocean and the aquariums into homes is for creating spaces in which people get relaxed. Our goal when someone wants an aquarium is bring a peace of mind that you have professional team backing you up.
Welcome everyone to today's podcast episode. You're listening to the Home Design Podcast. My name is Adam Kayce, your host, and we aim to educate, inspire, and connect South Florida with the industry authorities within their trade. What if your living room could become a living reef or your office window into the ocean? Today, we're diving into how custom aquariums are transforming luxury design one stunning tank at a time, all with Maria Piedrahita of Aquarium Marketing.
Yes.
How are you?
Hey Adam, how are you?
Did I do all right there?
Yes, perfect.
All right, good deal.
Perfect. I'm so glad that you invited me. Thank you very much.
It's amazing having you here because, we've been speaking business-wise. Obviously we produce the home design and remodeling shows. Mm-hmm. We've been talking for years, I feel like. So yes. I feel like I know you. You were just in your the previous show. It was our first show. Yeah. But before we dive into everything, custom aquariums and everything you guys do, I want to ask you, who is Maria Piedrahita?
Okay, so I'm co-founder and sales manager of Aquarium Marketing. I'm from Colombia. I was born and raised in Medellin, Colombia, and I've been living in Miami for 13 years now. So I live here with my husband. I have 2 beautiful kids, an amazing company. I love the ocean, obviously. I love what I do. I'm a very friendly person. So this is who I am. Like most of my time, I'm with my family or my company. And I'm so glad that I live in Miami. Miami, it's a beautiful city.
Well, it's funny you say that because, getting to know your team, your company, everyone in it, I feel like it's one big family. You guys are really close knit. As far as everyone that's there, you can really feel the passion, which is amazing to see. And that's so important with the company, but it also tells a lot about, you guys and the culture you're creating and your, what you're really looking to achieve.
Yeah. And I think it's very cultural. Like Colombians, we're very close to people and we love people. So my team, even if we have a multicultural team, because I have people from many other cities and many other countries, we create this culture inside the company to be welcoming, to be warm, to be real, to be friendly, to be honest with everyone, employees, staff, customers, suppliers. So we have been creating good relationships with everyone, and we enjoy what we do. And it's what you said. I noticed that in the show, and I was so proud of my team because everyone with smiling, everyone's super happy, servicing people, greeting everyone. And it feels like it. I think one of the beautiful things that happened in the show that my team was my space, that the space that we created was so alive.
Yep.
You
Literally.
Yeah, it was so alive.
And even come day 4, your team was smiling, they were energetic. It can be tiring, but and that's what makes the show so special. It's all about the people. It's about the businesses, the brands working together, cultivating a community of people here in South Florida, exhibitors from near and far. But I appreciate it. We appreciate it because the show is only as good as the people in it. And, it was amazing having you guys, and you guys did a great job. You had a beautiful aquarium. Watching individuals, watching families, watching professionals, people stopping and just observing what you guys created. But I want to dive a little bit further into the actual company. There are other aquarium companies. It's an industry that's been around for a long time. It's like a hobby, but yet, people that love fish and love aquariums. There's a lot of people that are hobbyists within the industry. And then there's the design, there's the luxury, there's the custom component of it that really, no pun intended, brings it to life. I mean, we're diving into this in every way where, I want to talk a little bit more about your company and the foundational component and what your focus truly is.
Okay, so it's important because my partners, my husband and his brother, they study this in the university. So they have a bachelor degree in Zootechnia. They're in Colombia, in Medellin. So their start was research. They were researchers. Like they were researching about corals and corals propagation and nature and how to bring all these aquariums to be useful for corals propagation. So that's the foundation. So this is their passion, their hobby, but also is what they have been studying for years. Then we moved to Miami because we create the company in Colombia was intended to be a wholesaler for the equipment. So bringing new technologies to Latin America and to Colombia. But then when we got here, we found out that people wanted it more. Like it wasn't just sell a light or a filtration system.
Right.
Like people start asking us, okay, but let's do something beautiful inside my home. Or can you design something amazing? And then that's where I start the team with the design, marketing, sales. And we start building beautiful custom aquariums 13 years ago. And what is important is that we start giving the people, the customers, all our knowledge. Like we were diving into this. But we want to create through the process a full package of services that service the customers, right? Because at the beginning it was like, okay, I already have the aquarium. Now what? Right. And Juan and Luis, they were the ones that doing everything. Like they build, they install, they maintain. And we get to a point in which, okay, let's move more, let's grow more, let's start bringing interesting people. But all my team came from the hobby, everyone in my team. Not like the logistics or administrative task, but everyone that works with the aquariums came from the hobby, which is really important for us.
Absolutely.
We want people that is passionate about this. And we create this portfolio of services around the aquariums that completes all the process, like completes the experience. So with us, you can have design from concept from zero. Like, this is my wall. Do something.
What do I do?
Yeah.
Right.
So from concept, design, fabrication, we fabricate the aquariums in our warehouse, set up installations, repairs, and movings. Sometimes people just wants to move from one place to another, and we do the moving, and then maintenance and animal selection.
Right.
So we offer the whole package. Our goal when someone wants an aquarium is bring a peace of mind that you have professional team backing you up, right?
Absolutely. And that's the biggest thing because, and that's in my introduction, I mean, truly bringing the authority figures out, from behind closed doors, bring them out to the industry, educating the market because, anything that goes into home design, home remodeling, building a home, maintaining a home, any part of it is intimidating. Mm-hmm. Getting into aquariums, it's not just building a beautiful aquarium. There's so much that you need to know. So your knowledge about, how to build an aquarium, the changes that might need to be made to a wall, if it's going to be a standalone, what type of features, the type of equipment that's needed, saltwater, freshwater, types of species, what species go together. I mean, there's so many different things because you don't want to build this beautiful thing and then just like hand it off to someone. Then all of a sudden, like they don't even know what to do. And things can change pretty quickly if they don't know how to maintain it and make sure the water levels and everything is correct. But why do you feel aquariums in particular are so intimidating for people?
I think it's because they're alive. like more than having just glass and a beautiful stand or a beautiful shape or beautiful design, they have animals. Like they're alive.
Right.
So people don't want to kill the fish or the corals, right? So that's what is most intimidating. More than just the installation or making sure that fits perfectly. What people fears the most is, okay, I don't want to kill this.
Right.
This is beautiful. It's like having a dog or a cat or birds. You don't want to kill your pets, right? So that's why we create this amazing team. We have now 8 technicians, professional technicians, that service the aquariums. And they go through a process of learning, super deep learning. They came from a background in which they are already hobbyists, so they understand the emotional connection between customers and the animals. That's super important for us. Like, we care about the fish and the corals, and we want them to thrive. So we listen carefully to our customers' necessities to make that happen. But when customers came and said, okay, I don't want to kill this, you don't need to worry about it, right?
Right.
Many people are in this hobby and they learn through the process, making mistakes, right? Now, Google and
ChatGPT, everything
and
is
everything
crazy.
is giving a lot of information, and there's a lot of companies that are doing podcasts or videos teaching people how to have an aquarium. But most of the customers, they just want to enjoy it. And that's why we train our team to do so. And we're open with the knowledge with our customers as well. So we always share with the customers all possibilities.
Right.
And from the beginning, on the design, we make sure we are doing the correct design, making the correct selection of the equipment to make sure the aquarium will thrive. It's like creating an ecosystem. You need to recreate nature inside this space. So we always back up our customers with the knowledge and professionalism, but also with the passion that we have to making sure the customer can be satisfied, but also has peace of mind knowing that everything will be okay.
Right. And people have to realize, like, what you guys are building, like, we're not talking about like a bowl with a goldfish. Like, that's a starter. There's not as much invested in it. But because what you're building is, obviously it could be scary for somebody. Like, they're investing a lot of time, money, structural changes, whatever it might be in the home, to bring an aquarium into their home. And, you're right. I mean, when you look at emotional connection, I mean, it's a pet. Like, people, get tied to the fish. They get tied to the ecosystem, everything that you guys are creating. But what do you hear most often? Is it the maintenance side that people are most intimidated about, or is it the actual fish, or is it the cost of it? Like,
mainly is the maintenance.
The maintenance, yeah.
Yes, and I saw it in the show. Many people get close and said, "Oh wow, this is so beautiful. This is alive. What is this?" Many people not even know what is a coral, right? And then they start thinking, "Yeah, and who is going to clean it? Or who is going to feed the fish,
right?
And what we will do during vacation time, or if a fish die, what I'm going to say to the kids." Like people get afraid of it.
Do you have a psychology division too that goes out and meets with children?
Yeah. And it's funny, but we receive a lot of calls of our customers saying, "Hey, my starfish today hasn't shown up, and I don't see it," or "I have this little crab that lose one leg." Like things like that.
Right.
And those are important. But right now, the industry has grown so much in the past 5 years that it's not the same having an aquarium now that having an aquarium before.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of technology. We can do many automatic
automations.
Automations. So we use many automations right now that get people more relaxed. For example, auto feeders. Something as simple as giving food to the fish, right? So you don't need to worry about it because an auto feeder will do it for you. It's something like dosing vitamins for the corals or the fish. So now we have auto dosing system. So we schedule them since the beginning, and in the maintenance, we do all the checkups and reschedule all the dosing systems, so you know that daily they are receiving what they need. So right now the industry is so big, there's so many gadgets and so many equipment that people can feel more relaxed, right? Lights are better, filtration systems are better, but most of that is that from the beginning, and I always say this to customers, you need to know from the beginning what you want, what is your vision, because we make the equipment selection based on that.
Right.
An example, I have customers that do not live here. They live in Barranquilla, Colombia, but they have their aquarium in Miami home. So he wants to know that everything is working properly. But we can give him the peace of mind that we have a controller in the aquarium that we monitor 24/7, and we receive alerts if something changes.
I was going to ask, there must be apps and things like that, whether it's the pH or something in the water or different things like that.
Exactly. And in the hobby, many people love this as a hobby.
Right.
And they want to do everything themselves, right? So they test the water themselves. They have to learn about water chemistry, calcium, alkalinity, phosphate, nitrates, which is very intimidating for people that doesn't want to learn this, but you don't need to. Like, that's why you have a backup team, professional team that is taking care of this. So from the beginning, we're super honest. What do you want? What is your vision? What do you like? Because with that, we will know, okay, this person wants a reef, like a window to the ocean. So you will need this, this, and this. And from the beginning, we design it like that. Most of the hobbies make a mistake that buying a freshwater aquarium and just put it saltwater. But freshwater aquariums are designed differently. Filters are different. They have different needs. So when you put saltwater, you start doing a lot of mistakes because the equipment itself, the aquarium itself, was not prepared for receiving saltwater fish. So design, it's important, and selecting the equipment is important, but having a team that knows everything, it's also very important.
It's so important because, I mean, and it goes for everything. I mean, you want to work with people that are actually knowledgeable of every single component that goes into it, because, you know, a lot of hobbyists, obviously they're learning by trial. But when you're creating a custom piece, when you're taking that step beyond, you want to make sure that you're working with the best people that really know every single component that's going into it. So I want to take a step back, talking about, you know, that initial consultation, the whole design process, the installation process, basically concept to completion. Where do you start? Like, are there certain questions that, you know, your team is specifically asking, whether it's a homeowner or a business owner, you know, because every application, every single aquarium is different. There's no two alike. You know, everybody has different wants and needs and different things that really, you know, cater to them. What is that starting point?
So most of my customers, they do not come from the hobby. Most of the customers are looking for the wow factor,
Right.
like the design, right? So we have two types of customers. One is a very educated customer that already did the research, that already explored designs, companies, type of aquariums, and they came to us and said, okay, I already know I want an aquarium, and this is my space. Like, I envision this here.
Right.
And these are the measurements that I have, and I wanted this color. So they already know what they want. So in that process, we go to their homes. We make sure that what they want is doable, like it's feasible.
Right.
We can build it.
Right.
We can install it, because it's funny, but sometimes customers came and said, you know what, I want this aquarium floor to ceiling. And okay, and where's the access for us to clean it? Access? What access? Clean? What do you mean that you need to clean?
Right.
Or where's the space for the filtration system? Filters? What is that? So we need to assist customers on the design point, obviously.
Right.
But also, okay, this is what these need to have to make it beautiful. You don't want just a piece of glass and that's it. Right. So we make on-site consultations or in our showroom. So some customers come to our showroom. We make all the design with them. They bring pictures of the space, or architectural drawings or renders from a designer, and we work with them through that process in our showroom, or we go on site. Like we visit our customers, the designers, we go there, we make sure that the space is correct, that we have access to it, that it fits for the door.
Right.
That like
it needs to get in there, right?
Yes. And it's a beautiful process because we want the aquarium to be integrated into the home design. But my first question is why? Why do you want an aquarium?
Right.
I love this part. This is where I get connected. Like, okay, why? Is this for your kids? Is this because you are retiring and this will be your hobby? This is a gift. And
right.
For example, in the show, we have a couple. And first, the husband come to me. Oh, wow, this is so beautiful. My wife has always wanted this. Explain me how this works.
Right.
Before calling her. So I explain everything. I explain that we do the maintenance, all the process. And he says, okay, perfect. Hey, I found your aquarium. Come on. And it was a present from him to her.
That's amazing.
Like, everyone is connected emotionally to the aquarium. There's always a reason. It is because it's a gift for your husband. It's a retirement gift for yourself. It's for your kids. I have dads and moms that came and says, okay, I have a kid with autism and I want something beautiful for him to relax and create an environment safe for him at home. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Or, you know what, my mom is sick and it's coming to live with me and she's not doing so well and I want something for her to relax. So I love the story back from the design because it gives us insights, very important emotional insights to work with the customers. And then it's about design. It's about selecting the perfect space in which you will have a space to gather around. Like I always say to customers, aquariums are like magnets. So you need to have them in your home in a place that you will enjoy, that you can spend time with it.
Absolutely.
That your visitors will come and gather together. Then size. Size is very important, right? So we make sure that the size design fits perfectly with all the design of the home. We don't want just a piece of glass, huge, that do not fit in the space, or something so small that get lost. So size is important. And then customers can choose the color of the glass, the color of the silicone, the color of the millwork, the type of design on the millwork. So we have customers that want shelves around, or customers that want wine cellars around the aquariums, or customers that want this to be part of the kids' playroom. So all the design is for the kids. So each customer, it's different. Right. Each design is different. But when we do this consultation, we take into consideration all the expectations and the vision of the customer. Then we explain, okay, this is what we can do. These are the materials that we will need. And this is how an aquarium works. And this is the process. So we are super open with the process. I love my customers to know everything.
There's nothing to hide.
And have all the information to make the best decision. So after that, we make the estimate and we work with each customer budget. And this is important. I always say to my team, aquarium marketing is for everyone. We do not only do 1,000 gallons aquariums.
Right.
If I have someone that wants 60 gallons aquarium, I do it.
Right.
Happy, super happy of doing it.
Right.
Like we are open to work with each customer budget. And sometimes customers say, okay, this is my budget. Sometimes they don't know, but we work with it through the process.
Well, talking about that, what do budgets range from? Like to get, say somebody wants a starter aquarium that might be 60 gallons or something like that, to someone who might have a 1,000-gallon aquarium. I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into it, but like, what is the general range of budget that someone can expect from start to, as far as it can go?
Yeah. So we do custom aquariums, but we also sell pre-made aquariums.
Okay.
Right. So we have two options in pre-made that they start in 20 gallons. You saw it in the show.
Yeah.
We place in the booth a small aquarium that it's easy to start, easy for kids, right?
Right.
So there's a lot of options, but I think if it is custom, we can start around $5,000. And then depending on the size of the aquarium, the color of the glass, the equipment, the technology that you want, it could go up 15, 20, 25,000 or more.
Yeah,
I have
absolutely.
projects
The sky's the limit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, do you ever get into like structural changes? Like say somebody wants it to be a part of their wall and you're like building it into the wall. Are things like permits or things like that ever involved in the sense of like the builds that you guys are doing?
Yeah. So we have many customers that want it inside the wall. And I think that one is the most challenging because we need to bring a team to do it. So we need to bring a general contractor or the home builder to the team. And there's where we start working. It's like having two different customers, like the designer and the contractor and the homeowner. And we need to figure out together how to build what the person is envisioning, but in a safe way.
Right. Absolutely.
So general contractors manage everything on the process of opening the wall, make sure that it's a wall that you can open.
Right.
Yeah. That there's no plumbing inside or electrical inside. They manage all the permits. So if the customer has their own general contractor, we work with it.
Right.
Or if not, we bring partners that we have into the picture. And then we work with them. So we design the aquarium and make the setup. They process all the openings of the walls, all permits and everything. But yeah, definitely, we have a team of professionals working on it.
And the thing is, like within this, and the fact that you guys do the millwork, you do the whole build out, you do the whole creation of everything, like you can basically create a wall to make it look like it's a full wall with beautiful millwork and different purposes, along with the aquarium itself.
Yes.
And when going into everything, because there's a lot that goes into the consultation, to the design process, to the installation process, to the completion of it. When the most important thing at the beginning is obviously hiring the right company.
Yeah, correct.
What would you say? And there's people, things go great, and there's other people that have bad experiences with other companies and things like that. But what are the questions that you can suggest to people who are really looking to add a custom aquarium to their home? What should they ask an aquarium company? Because it's a lot of unknown. Like might be the first time they've ever built a custom aquarium. Mm-hmm. What should they know, or what are the questions that they should 100% ask that aquarium company that will allow them to gauge, like, okay, this company knows what they're talking about. They're doing everything right. I'm not just going to be left out in the dark and ask myself what's next. So are there certain questions that you would recommend to people?
Yes, definitely. I always say to customers, forget about the money. Like money is money, like you can work with the budget. So forget about the estimate itself for a minute. You need to start asking the experience building aquariums, right? One of the most common mistakes that customers do is that they ask for things that are not well built. For example, an aquarium, depending on the height, need to be changed the thickness of the glass.
Right.
And I have customers that just go to a company, they say, I want this, and the company said, yes, you will have it. And then it breaks.
Right.
Then
it's a bigger
water
problem.
Leaks.
Right.
So that's a bigger problem. So ask first, experience. Do you really know how to do this? How long have you been doing this? Are you the builder or no? Because that's another question. So many retail shops, they do not build. They have suppliers that build for them, and then they install. So who is the builder? And do they have a warranty on it, right? That's important. But then what's the knowledge on the animals? So do a really good design in terms of functionality, the builder needs to know about the animals.
Right.
If the builder doesn't know anything about the fish or the corals or the needs, they are not going to build something that will make the reef thrive or make the aquarium thrive. They will just put pumps and filters and that's it.
Right.
But then 2 years after, your pump is dead. Or you buy the aquarium and then you need to make cleaning every week.
Right.
Yeah, of course, you don't have the good pump for it. You don't have a good filtration system for it. So I think customers should ask about the experience with the animals, like the knowledge on what is going inside. And it's not only saltwater, freshwater as well.
Right.
If it is freshwater and you have live plants and you're bringing fish from the Amazon, so you need to know what this fish will need and provide this from the beginning. What other questions? Obviously, relationship with customers. So if they're just trying to ask companies about the aquarium, ask about the service. What is the service? What is the process? Like, are you going to be with me after this? Because I receive a lot of customers that happens that they bought an aquarium online and then they made a beautiful aquarium and now they don't know how to clean it. They don't have access to clean it. I remember a call from someone in Miami Beach and they built a jellyfish aquarium for them. A beautiful penthouse, 2 floors. And the aquarium was like from floor to ceiling, 2 floors.
Wow.
For jellyfish aquarium.
That's incredible.
And then the company that built it has a lady that dive in to clean the aquarium. And then they lost the lady. So they didn't have anyone else that fit the small space that they made for the aquarium cleaning.
Wow.
We couldn't fit.
Right.
Like my team, none of my team fit on the hole that they left for the lady to go and dive in. So consider that you will not always be with the same company.
Right.
That you need to take into consideration in the long term that the maintenance is part of the design. So hire a company or look a company that is thinking on the maintenance. Most of the companies that build aquariums do not make the service.
Right. That's a great point because there's probably nothing worse than an aquarium that you can't maintain because it will not look the same. It's obviously the glass is going to be dirty, everything in it's going to have, build up.
Exactly.
But even going back to your comment about the thickness of the glass, I mean, that's something that probably nobody thinks about, but it is probably one of the most important factors. I mean, just thinking about water is heavy, and
the pressure
and everything. I mean, it's pushing out. I mean, that's an important component. And when you hear it, you're like, oh, that makes sense. I mean, every step of the way, but it's a matter of someone else thinking about it and knowing it based on experience, seeing other people's mistakes, seeing your own mistakes, going through the whole process and learning. But if somebody's at the start or they just don't get involved with maintenance, they don't know that side. And that's important. And also the size of the tank, the type of fish you're putting in, how big are they going to grow, like things like that.
Exactly.
And talking about that, like what are the steps? Or actually, before we get into the species, let's talk about, you touched on it briefly, freshwater versus saltwater.
Okay.
And the main differences between that, because they are drastic. And just the way that maybe a tank is built, but also the maintenance and what can even go in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What are the main differences?
So the most and this is a question that I receive all the time.
Right.
Like freshwater, saltwater, what's the difference, right? So basically the most basic difference is saltwater came from the ocean, right? Freshwater came from rivers and lakes. So in both worlds, there's different species with different necessities. So in both worlds, you can have easy aquariums. For example, in freshwater, an easy aquarium is plastic decorations, only fish, nothing natural, not live plants, right?
Right.
And it's easy to have. But then in freshwater, you can have driftwood, you can have river rocks, you can have live plants, you can have a planted aquarium with many plant species. So that's another step. It's still freshwater,
right,
but with another necessities, right? And then in saltwater, you can have only fish with artificial corals or only rocks and sand, and it's only fish. Or you can have live corals. And in live corals, there's many of different species. So you can have soft corals, which is easier, or a mixed reef, which is harder. So in saltwater, you can have everything, like low maintenance, medium maintenance, high maintenance. Then the design of the filtration system. We always say to customers, forget about the size of the aquarium. It's everything about water.
Right.
It's water quality. If you have good water quality, you can have whatever you want. You just imagine, right?
Right.
If you have good water quality, it will be easy for you. So my team has built a professional filtration system that works super good. And depending on what the customer wants, we install the filters, right? And we select the equipment that will go inside. I always say to my customers, you need to think on an aquarium like the body, right?
Absolutely.
So you will need the lungs, you will need the heart, you will need the arms, you will need the eyes, everything, right? It's the same on the aquarium. So filtration system is crucial, is very crucial. And we focus a lot on that, on the filtration system. So that way, anything that you decide to have will thrive. And then during the maintenance process, my team is trained on water chemistry.
Okay.
So we train my guys like in the school. You know, they have to go through water chemistry. Like, what is pH? What is ammonia? And why is the ammonia going in the process on an aquarium? What is nitrates? What is nitrates? Like, there's a lot of information through the water process. But if you design from the beginning a good filtration system, it doesn't matter what you want to have.
That's the most important factor.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing. Would you say one is more costly than the other? I mean, is there like a certain type of person that you would recommend one saltwater versus freshwater to? Like based on those initial questions you asked.
Yes, if you have good filtration system, both of them can work at least with one maintenance per month.
Okay.
Both of them. If you don't have a good filtration system, saltwater will be a mess.
Gotcha.
Like, you will need people to go every 2 weeks or every week because corals will start dying, right?
Right.
In freshwater, it's easier, to be honest.
Okay.
Freshwater is easier if you don't have live plants. If you have live plants, it's like the same, like having the live corals.
Right.
So, but if you have a good filtration system, one maintenance per month should be enough, should be okay.
Awesome. And when looking at like the two different, in comparing them, is one more colorful? Is one more exotic? Like when somebody's describing what they're looking for, but they don't know if they want freshwater, saltwater. They want the look, they want the design, they want the aesthetic. Where does it compare there in the sense of just ultimately what the potential is, you know, for saltwater versus freshwater?
So, and this is a question that I receive the most. It's a matter of taste, to be honest. You know, there's some people more to the ocean. There's some people more to the mountains, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So in freshwater, they're also exotic animals, but they're not so colorful as the saltwater, right? I think freshwater is more peaceful. It's more...
like a river and calming and soothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But in saltwater, the potential on the animals is huge. If you have a reef aquarium, you can have too many options to choose, like colors, shapes, forms, how they interact between them, how they flow with the flow of the water. So it's more exciting because you have many options. It's more colorful. It's more vibrant, right? Is more dynamic, I think. That's the main difference. But it's a matter of taste. And you will have some people thinking that it's more luxurious to have the salt water, but we know customers that have fresh water and they're beautiful.
Right.
Like we plant them with orchids on the top.
Oh, wow.
Like there's so many things that you can do with the Aquascape, which is like the next step of the design. And I love that part. Okay, we already designed the aquarium. We already choose all the equipment. The customer is sure that everything will work. Now let's dive into the design of what you want inside. And that's another process. It's designing something. So aquascape design is the way we recreate everything inside. So you can have bridges, you can have towers of rocks, there's some rocks in branches. So there's many options. And my team take care a lot on the design process. Some of the customers want to participate, so we do the aquascape design with the customer when we install, and they said, okay, I want it taller here, I want these caves for the fish, I love this bridge. And in the planted aquariums, it's beautiful as well. Like you have many options for plants, for driftwood, different shapes on the driftwood, different river rocks with different colors. So the aquascape design is a beautiful process after the installation of the aquarium.
It's amazing because when you're thinking about all of this, like most people, like they don't know the potential of what it could be. Yeah. And I'm sure, going into now like species selection and really diving into like what even goes together, but talking about like the aquascape and, having caves or different things, like different species are more likely to hide or things like that, but you don't want them just sitting there hidden. You want to encourage, there's probably like psychology of fish in the sense of like, what is their natural habitat? What are they going to do? Are they just going to sit there and hide, or are they going to come out at different times? And, knowing what goes well together. So that way there is that movement and there is that life, but, talking about, the whole species selection. Like you said yourself, it is endless. There are so many different species. I'm sure there are some that you work with more than others, some that you suggest in different cases. Obviously, if somebody wants a specific species, there's only certain other species that you would suggest to put along with it. Yeah. So, this could go anywhere, but like, where do you start? like when selecting the fish, is it pinpointing a type of fish first that they like and then go from there?
Yeah. So this is a beautiful process. I always say to everyone, each aquarium is unique. No one will have the same aquarium. No one. Not the same aquascape, not the same corals. Even if they are the same species, they are not the same animal. Right? So you can play with it through the aquascape. But each species has some necessities, right? And the aquarium is bringing the ecosystem into a closed space. So equipment is very important in that part as well. For example, lights.
Right.
So the lights, right now with all the technology that there's in the market, the lights that we use for reef aquariums recreate the daylight and the night light.
Right.
Through the day, right? So we schedule it 8 hours, and then they start white, and they start mimic the sunlight, right? And then through the day, they change automatically, like what we have in the nature, until they get to the moonlight, right? And they have cycles as well, like the moonlight, and after the moonlight finish is like a purple light, is mimic the nature, right? And with that is what fish interact. So sometimes customers call me and said, Maria, my fish hasn't gone out.
Right.
And I said, okay, the lights are on. No. Okay, they're asleep.
Right.
But why? It's 9 a.m. for you, but not for them. So for them, when the lights turn on, it starts the day.
Right.
And when there's a brand that makes storms, right? Yeah. So you can schedule storms for them. And you put a storm and you see how this lighting is going into the aquarium, and they get scared and they go to their caves and they go to their spaces and get covered. So it's like having really the nature inside. So it's really cool. But the process of selecting the corals and choosing this species and where we put them, because they need some, depending on their needs, they need to go from rocks to top or from rocks to bottom. Some of them can live in the sun, some others don't. So that's part of what we train our team, and that our team delivers to customers. But in the process of the selection, I'm super open with customers. I'm super honest. My business is not to sell fish and corals.
Right.
My business is to recreate this beautiful ecosystem and I want the ecosystem to thrive.
Right.
So I always said to customers, okay, these are the ones that you can have at the beginning. These are the ones that you can have from 3 to 6 months. These ones are the ones from 6 months to 1 year. And these are the ones from 1 year and more, okay. Right? You are creating life inside a piece of glass.
Right.
So this takes time. And that's important for customers to know. Like sometimes I go to my showroom and I have aquariums for 8 years. Obviously, my corals are like
right.
super big and they are competing for space, but it has 8 years. And then they come back 3 months later. Why I don't have this?
Right.
No, this is about time. You need to give them time to grow, to expand. You will find some corals that start fighting each other for space. They're animals, right? But my business is not to sell the fish. So I always made my recommendations. And I'm glad that customers listen to me.
Right.
Because the most common mistakes that people do is, okay, I have an aquarium. It's beautiful. It has all the equipment. Next month, I put 20 fish in.
Right.
And everything dies.
Right.
Maria, but what happened? Okay, one, an overload of animals. The aquarium is not biologically prepared to have enough life to support all the waste from these 20 animals, right?
Right.
Second, you're not checking the water chemistry after you put the 20 animals. And third, they start fighting each other. Come on, there's some species that you cannot add 2 of the same fish because they will fight.
Right.
Or I have customers that went to a shop, I don't know, Sunday, and they went to a shop and they found a beautiful fish, and then the fish came to the aquarium and started eating the corals. Oh wow, this fish is not reef safe. It's eating the corals. Now you have a 500 gallons aquarium with one fish that is eating everything. Take him out.
Right.
Like, okay, this is a big job to do, right?
No kidding.
How I take this guy out? Some other customers, what happened is that the animals came from the ocean, right? But they do not know how to eat the food that we give them in the aquariums.
Right.
They just arrive from the ocean. So what we do is that we quarantine the fish and the corals in our shop first. So my customers can pick from our catalogs all the corals and fish that they like. We make a plan with them.
So you grow them yourself as well, as far as like corals and things like
some
that?
Some of them. And then I can explain you that because that's an important thing that I want to share with people. But we quarantine the fish at least for 2 weeks.
Okay.
So in this period of time, we teach them how to eat the pellets and the food that in the industry we use. We give them medicine for parasites and other diseases.
Yep.
We make sure they're not fighting each other, that they are healthy enough.
I feel like you're describing kids.
Yeah, we give them we give them vitamins.
Yeah.
So we give them supplements to immune support, and then when I know the fish are good enough, I send them to my customers, and it's funny because they always tell me five is why?
Right.
I want 10. No, let's do 5. And when they are okay, we bring 5 more.
Right.
Sometimes if you introduce fish that are super aggressive or territorial, and you introduce them in the first month or in the second month, then every time that you bring someone, he will fight for the space.
Right.
So you will not be able to introduce more fish. So that's the process in which we work with the customers. So my customers can pre-select what they like. I start finding them through all the world and get them into my shop. I quarantine them first. If they are healthy, they go. If they are not healthy, they don't go. You need to wait 1 week more.
Right.
Why? Because I don't want the fish to die on you, right? Here we have an expert all the time taking care of them. In your home, we go every 2 weeks or every month. So I prefer make sure that it's safe, and then we send them. And we receive corals and fish every week. So we quarantine them, and my customer has access. My customers have access to our catalogs. Each Friday, we update what we have. I send them videos. Hey, I have a new achievement. This is amazing. Or I start working. Even that, I have customers that say, I only want green. So it's my job to find different greens, different shapes, different.
Right.
Or Maria, I love orange. So I work with them, and then we recreate everything in the aquascape.
That's amazing. And I mean, and also just thinking about it and thinking about everything that you're talking about, and like from the maintenance side and the clean water and just how some fish are combative, others are not, some are more passive. But then there's also some that are bottom feeders, some that are top, some are like doing different things. So that way they all have a purpose. They all basically have a job within the ecosystem. So that way it can survive. Are there any species? Let's actually name some species in particular. Ones that you would highly suggest. Let's talk about, like, more of like the masses, like, that is more popular, going to like the most luxurious fish that you've ever put into any type of tank.
Okay. So in corals, we have two big families, soft corals and hard corals, right? Soft corals, they're easier to maintain and easier to have. They're not so, they do not get stress because of water quality as much as the hard corals. So we start with the soft corals, and in soft corals, we have leather corals, which are beautiful. We have pompomsinias. We have the zoas, which are my favorite, because zoanthids, they came in different colors, and they're like little tiny flowers.
Right. Oh, wow.
So they're ocean flowers. And they have many colors, many colors. Like they came in so different colors that you can like make a garden, like an ocean garden in the aquarium. So it's a good starter. And then in the hard corals, there are some more difficult, some more easy. The most popular ones are the Ophelia families, which are the torch corals, the hammer corals, the frog spawns, the octospawns, and they grow in branches, most of them, and they have a lot of movement with the water flow. So people love that.
Right.
Like seeing all these torches in beautiful pop-up colors, green, purples, purple with green tips, yellow with purple tips, pink with yellow tips. Like there's a bunch of different colors, and we put them all together so they look amazing all together, and they won't fight each other. Right? And then on the more exotic ones, on the hard corals, we have blastomusas, we have open brains, we have scolemias, we have pectinias. There's a lot of species, more colorful. So the main difference between hard corals and soft corals visually are colors.
Gotcha.
So hard corals are more colorful, but they require more supplements. Right? So for hard corals, they're very sensitive on water qualities and water changes. So you need to have enough supplements for them to thrive. So there's some supplements for the red corals. There's some supplements for the purple corals. There's some supplements for pink corals. And we provide that as part of the progress of the aquarium.
It's amazing. Like, just thinking about that, I mean, the amount of knowledge that goes into every single area that we've discussed, but just talking about like the colors of corals and the types of corals they are and the types of supplements that each individual needs. I mean, basically like, you're a doctor of corals and fish and everything, and knowing the signs and being preventative and everything, because there's so many factors that goes into it. And there's people that are building these beautiful aquariums for residential purposes, other for commercial purposes. And we keep bringing up maintenance in so many different ways. What does a maintenance plan actually look like? Once somebody has, and you mentioned it, like that could be intimidating. That's intimidating, keeping things alive. I mean, I'm afraid of bringing a living plant just to put in the corner. I mean, you put it in perspective, but it's, but the whole point of what you guys do is removing that intimidation factor and easing the process. So what, somebody has their aquarium, you introduced a few fish at a time. What does normal maintenance look like, and how much variation between, obviously there's freshwater, there's saltwater, but, you mentioned a well-designed aquarium should only need one maintenance per month.
Yeah. So one of my maintenance, because that's also important. We have created for years for years a protocol for our maintenance, right? And just for you to know, we are performing more than 200 maintenance per month. So only last year, I performed more than 2,000 maintenance. Wow. My team performed more than 2,000 maintenance. So we have a lot of experience doing this, right? So for us, at the beginning of the maintenance is make a diagnosis of the system.
Right.
We always said to customers and to our staff, the aquarium itself talks to you, right? So make a diagnosis that all equipment is working perfectly, that the pump is running well, that the wave makers are running well, that the lights are well scheduled, good intensities, that the amount of hours that you have on the lights are good enough for the animals and are not creating algae problems, for example, right? So a good diagnosis on all the system. Then the cleaning process, which is the same for all the companies. Cleaning the glass, cleaning the sun, vacuum the sand, cleaning the filtration system, depending on the equipment that you have. So there's more or less cleaning on the filtration system. Then partial water change. Many companies only do that. Go, clean sand, clean glass, clean the roofs, clean the filters, water. Take out water, put water, goodbye.
Basically, they're just doing the visual component to make sure that nothing is noticeable.
And most of these companies do not provide the fish, do not provide the corals. They only go clean and that's it. It's their job, only cleaning, right? And customers go to a shop and buy the corals and fish. Right. And in the shops, the customers take a sample of water. And in the shop, they test the water and say to the customer, okay, these are your water chemistry. Do this.
Right.
Bye. And then the customer has to go and make all the adjustments. In our professional service, it's different. So after we do the partial water change, we take around 30 minutes, only water quality. So we have a digital test. We put samples of the water. This digital tester give us all the insights. And with the insights, my team go and make adjustments and corrections.
Okay.
If the customer has automatic dosing systems, we adjust the automatic dosing system. If the customer doesn't has it, so we do it manually, right? I don't know. It needs calcium, so we give calcium. It needs alkalinity, so we give alkalinity. So the more animals that you have, more consumption they will have.
Absolutely.
The corals, they feed 80% from light, 20% of what they grab from the water, like what they absorb from the water, right? So depending on the water is saying to us, we know many things. Like I have customers that call me, hey, I see my tank is more dirtier than before. Did you adjust the amount of food that we're giving? Oh, yes, I'm giving so much algae or I'm giving more frozen food for the fish. Okay, that's the problem. So my team is trained not only to correct issues, but to understand where they're coming.
Right.
If you just go and correct them, you will find the same problem every week or every 2 weeks that you come back. But if you already know, I don't know, phosphates and nitrates are high, maybe you are overfeeding the fish. And that's important for customers to know. There's a balance. There has to be a balance in the amount of fish and the amount of corals. Fish can tolerate dirtier waters. Corals don't.
Gotcha.
So if you focus only in giving food and food and food to the fish, your corals won't grow. Your corals will lose color. Your corals will probably die. And some customer says, why I cannot have all these corals? Okay, let's reduce the amount of food that we are giving. But then after 30 minutes of checking water chemistry, making corrections, my team make a diagnosis video for our customers. And we send them this. We have a backup office of many people, including me, working for the customers. It's not only the technician that goes, right? So all of us, we are a 14-member team. All of us, we have access to the same system. So anyone in the company can access your aquarium and know the history of your aquarium.
Right.
My customers can call me and say, Maria, I need to know my calcium for the last 3 months. Okay, here it is.
That's amazing.
Okay. And or they can call us and says, this is happening. So we tailor each maintenance to each customer necessities. It's not the same maintenance for everyone. Each aquarium is different, and that's important. this is not just a routine. We have a protocol for each type of aquariums, and then each customer, it's different. So I have customers that they don't want to mess with the aquarium at all, and we go every 2 weeks or every week. And I have customers that we only go once per month, and that's enough, right?
Absolutely.
So each maintenance plan is tailored to the aquarium needs and the customer needs.
No, it's amazing because when you talk about all of this, I mean, anything you're maintaining, you're hoping that whoever's doing the maintenance
knows what it's doing.
Knows what they're doing, but also that they're acting in a preventative way. Because how many times, like even, related to a pool, I mean, you have your pool maintenance company that comes and checks the water and does everything. If they see something off, they might not. Maybe they see the water is low, but they don't fill it. And then later you have a problem. Well, the maintenance guy was there. Like, why didn't he just address it? So, those are the things. And a lot of companies, like rather than a lot of companies just going through the motions and going through the routine and doing what they're supposed to do, but not taking that extra step is so important. Because that is also going to affect the customer experience.
Exactly.
Are they going to get tired of having an aquarium because they feel like it's an uphill battle and like there's always something wrong? Or is it an easy process? I mean, you want to take that away from the homeowner so that way they can enjoy it versus constantly worry.
Exactly. And also we provide for the customers everything on their home. So my team has in their vans all the supplements, all the foods, all the equipment. They are prepared for everything that they can find in the service, right? So customers doesn't need to go to another shop or shop online something to have it for my technician. No, we bring everything, and in advance we let the customer know, okay, your aquarium today is telling me this,
right?
And this is what you need, right? And it's the same with the fish and corals. So we provide them, and in freshwater, well, the plants and supplements for the plants and everything in both type of aquariums. So every time that we go, we are prepared for what we are going to find. But also we try to assign always the same specialist. So this gives continuity to the service, right? So the same person will go every time and knows your aquarium, it will know you. You get a relationship with the specialist, but also you have in the office a project manager for your aquarium. So one of us is like the head of the aquarium.
Right.
So we manage different customers and we have a close relationship with all of them. All of them.
That's so important because, people want to know who's going to be in their home and who, and also you mentioned it before, you have clients that have automated processes where literally you can look on an app or look on a screen and know exactly what's happening. Are there many people that have cameras that they can check on their aquariums if they're away?
Some of them, mostly the ones that do not live here.
Yeah.
So we have customers that live in Boston and they came only for summer.
Right.
Or during the winter time. Or we have customers that live in Barranquilla, Colombia. Or customers that are really hobbyist and they want just...
Do they ever put a screen of themselves so their fish can see them? No? You haven't seen that innovation yet? Maybe
not
soon.
At that point, but maybe. Yeah.
It's funny.
It's a good idea.
Right. Maybe we have something there.
Yes.
And speaking of that, talking about like trends and innovation, you've touched on technology and how it's evolved and how it's allowed the upkeep of aquariums to really be simplified and also, from lighting innovations to everything and simulating everything that's natural. I mean, we look at these aquariums, but we're doing the same thing for our homes too. I mean, everything that we're doing in automation is to simulate natural light and wellness and everything. So thinking about what goes into these aquariums and the wellness component, but you guys, you have your thumb on the pulse of the industry. What's happening. It's being introduced. There's probably expos that you guys go to find out the latest, the greatest new species that are like discovered or being created. What are you seeing in the industry as a whole? Like where's the aquarium market going?
Two things. Technology, definitely.
Like what type of technology do you see really?
Like super cool technology right now?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of brands that they're like controllers. It's like having a computer for the aquarium. So we can connect to this computer the lights, the pumps, UV lights, wave makers, dosing system. And you have an app in which you control all these features in the aquarium from the app. And then they have other equipment that can check calcium and alkalinity for you and inject them with the dosing system. So everything is connected. So automation, it's amazing right now. I have a lot of customers that I control their aquarium from my office.
That's amazing.
So, for example, this year we went internationally. We are super happy. And so we installed an aquarium in Peru, Lima, Peru, South America, super far from here.
Right.
And we have access 24/7 from the app to this customer aquarium. We have one in St. Croix, Virgin Islands, and we have access 24/7 for him. And this controller gives you alerts. So you can schedule alerts. Let me know when temperature is above this. Let me know when water level is down. So it give us alerts to us and the customer, so we can react and we can change things remotely. That's, for me, super cool. And then the other trend in the industry is corals propagation, corals fragmentation.
Right.
So that's, for me, it's amazing. It's our base, is from where we came from. So a lot of companies in the US are growing corals here locally.
Right.
They mix species and creating new species that doesn't exist in the ocean, but they have been working with it for 20 years, 15 years, 10 years. So I think the hobby is more thinking in sustainability.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
And how we do not overtake corals from the ocean. And these corals propagation companies, for me, they're beautiful. And not also corals. There's two big ones here locally in Florida that also breed fish.
Oh, really?
So that's super cool because we are taking care of the nature as well. Even that, U.S. is part of an international treatment that controls the trade of corals. So, and that's important for customers to know. This is control, like internationally controlled.
Right.
The amount of corals of each species that came into the U.S. is controlled. There's some species that we cannot take anymore from the ocean because they're protected. So there's no market for them in the U.S. and 129 other countries, right?
Right,
so
exactly.
It's beautiful, but the trend right now is corals propagation, and I love it.
That's amazing. And also just talking about, like, the innovation and how the industry is pushing forward, because you mentioned it yourself, in the past 5 years, it's a different business today.
Completely.
Where do you see it in the next 5 years? Like from here moving forward? I mean, I feel like more and more people are integrating it into design, custom build elements, and you're seeing it more and more. Obviously, in the commercial market, we've seen it forever in restaurants and hotels. I mean, they're feature pieces. I mean, those are probably the types of aquariums that you need people to go and dive into and really clean and maintain. But where do you see the industry going, just as far as like the reception of it being integrated into, new custom homes or, whatever it might be?
And I'm glad that you asked this, because when COVID-19 came and we got everyone stuck in our homes, life changes, right?
Absolutely.
So we were working all the time, going outside all the time. And these 2 years make us think in creating beautiful spaces for us in our homes, right?
Absolutely.
And our business growth, like in 2 years, we duplicate sales. Like it went crazy because people were thinking, okay, now I want to spend time in a place that is safe for me, is beautiful for me, for my family. So there's a trend right now of biolytic design, bringing nature inside
Absolutely.
homes. And it's not only in aquariums, right? It's ponds, it's plants, live plants inside homes. So you now have beautiful designs with inside gardens.
Absolutely.
Which are amazing, right? So the trend right now is bringing also the ocean into the customers' designs. And that's, for me, it's unreal. Like, it's beautiful. It's like having a living piece of art in your home. That's incredible. The luxury is not the amount of money that you're spending on it. The luxury is bringing the ocean to you, a piece of the ocean unique for you. And right now in the wellness world, we are trying to get off the rush and getting more into us, into feeling safe, into do what we like, into having spaces in which people can relax and heal and unwind the mind during the nights. So bringing the ocean and the aquariums into homes is also for creating spaces in which people get relaxed, and it's a wellness space for you inside your home. But also the luxury is to have all these beautiful animals that many of us have never dived. I have never dived.
Right.
Right? And even if you go to the ocean and you dive here, you won't see most of the species because they came from Australia or Hawaii or other parts of the world, right? But seeing these beautiful animals, the colors, the shapes, the interactions between them, is having a living piece of art.
Right.
Every time that you sit in front of an aquarium is different. It's completely different. So our goal is integrating the aquariums in the space in a way that people get benefits from it. Not only the visual.
Absolutely.
But getting the benefits.
And that was actually I'm so happy that you brought all that up, because that was what I was going to ask you, as you were going into it, was the true benefits and value of what an aquarium really offers any setting. It doesn't matter if we're talking about an office, if we're talking about a lobby of a building, if we're talking about someone's home, if we're talking about if they're putting it into their bedroom, in their living room, wherever it might be, even outdoors. Yeah. I mean, there's so many different components, but you're right. There is a clear psychological component as far as what aquariums and what nature does. And you're right. When you're talking about biophilic design, I mean, all the greenery, all the live, living and lighting and everything, it's replicated right into the aquarium, into their ecosystem. But really that is a contributor to the overall ecosystem of a home.
Yeah. So there's many studies in the world that nature gives calm, right? So what we were facing is that we only go to nature when we are on vacations or during the weekends. So bringing nature inside give us the possibility and the luxury of having relaxing spaces for us to interact in our homes, right? And that's beautiful because you can bring both worlds, the ocean world with the plants and these other designs that we are recreating, and give us this space to decompress. I only said unwind the mind, right? But I want to get back to when we start talking, there's always a why you having this aquarium, right? So you can create a space for healing, right?
Absolutely.
With it, a space to enjoy, a space to connect with your kids. I have a lot of dads that want the aquarium just to connect with the kids without the phones, without technology. Let's connect in something, and they choose the corals together. They read books about it. They talk about it. Then you can just have a space in which you share time with your family. You share time with your guests. Like I have customers that the grandma called me, hey, it's his birthday. What I'm going to give him right now, right?
Right.
Like the wife called me, okay, it's his birthday. Let's get a present for him. So it gets people or families united around it. And family time is so important. Well, I'm Latina, so for us, family it's everything, right? But family time is so important. Or these persons that have super stressful jobs, and they just want to get home and relax. Like having this music around, all these fish swimming, all these colors. The blue light also give this sense of clarity and relaxing. So people get many emotional benefits. We have an upcoming job that we're working, and I'm so in love of this project. This is for a kids facility.
Oh, nice.
It's super beautiful. And the owner of the facility wants a centerpiece, as the aquariums as a centerpiece for families and kids to heal. So these kids spend all day there, and they have different necessities, the kids, right? So we are creating a space for them. And around the aquarium, we are going to have a playground with fish and corals for them to have textures, to touch them. We will have 2 saltwater, 1 freshwater in the middle, with turtles, with lizards, with many things. So we can create a space for them to heal and their parents to chill.
Right.
Maybe they cannot have this at their homes, but here they have them. So it's beautiful. Every design in every aquarium will bring something beautiful to each person or to each family. And that's what is so passionate for us. Like, we want to change people's lives with this.
Right.
When we were defining, okay, we are going to do aquariums, I remember to say my team, we will need to do the best aquariums.
Right.
Because our goal is to create something beautiful for our customers, not only to sell. Right.
Absolutely. And I mean, just hearing your passion throughout this entire conversation, and, you know, the knowledge and the process and everything, it all stems from the client and the individual that you're creating it for and designing it for. And you work with probably all types of personalities, all different types of people, all different purposes, all different, you know, everything from backgrounds, where they live, what they do, what their family structure, everything as far as where they are in their life. But what would you say is like the craziest request, or one that you had to like leave that consultation and be like, you know what? Let me go to my aquarium and like process this. Like, has there been any of those projects that have just been absolutely incredible, just different requests, different purposes that really just stands out to you?
I'm so proud of my team. Like, my husband and his brother, they never say no. Never. Like, they figure it out.
Right.
Do you really want this? So we will figure it out. And they face all type of challenges all the time, right, Anna? It's like, oh my God, I always said, are you sure? Yes. Okay. So if you are sure, let's do this, right? But we have many special projects. We just installed one in Bahamas, which was really cool. This is a business in Nassau, Bahamas, and they want this spa for the feet, right? So people go, put their feet into the aquariums. There are some fish that and clean all the feet. So that was, for me, was unreal. It was Bahamas, first international project in the Caribbean. It's a business, 27 aquariums.
Feet going in it all the time.
Oh my God. Like, the setup is traveling, shipping all these, and make sure that they arrive in well conditions. Send my team to install this for a week. That was challenging.
Right.
Like, super challenging, but they're super happy. They're doing super well. All these people going down from the cruises go to their business, and helping another family making their business for me was priceless, right?
Absolutely.
Like, amazing. There's another project here locally, and this guy was building his dream home, and he wanted a pond in glass and with a bridge in glass. So in the entrance of the home, he has the pond with a bridge in glass. He wants to walk through the pond.
Wow.
And then 1,000 gallons aquarium saltwater in the middle.
Feeding it? Or is it all connected or no? Separate?
Separately. Wow. But in the same floor.
That's incredible.
But for this pond and for the aquarium, the filtration system were in the garage, far away from both. So all connections are under the house. So it was a huge project with the architect, with the home builder, with the customer, making sure that everything that we were designing and the communication with the team, right?
Right.
Okay, I already designed this. I know this is going to work, but you need to build it.
Right.
Because we're not the builders of the home. So this communication, working in team with interior designer, with the home builder, with the contractor, with the architect, with the customer, it was a huge process, and it's beautiful, both of them. Like the final result is amazing. He has 1,000 gallons aquarium in the middle of the living room.
Wow.
Huge, with sharks, with the stingrays, with eels. Like he really brought the ocean to their home. And then this freshwater koi pond with driftwood.
That's amazing.
Beautiful. So it has the best of the two natural worlds. That's beautiful. Beautiful.
Do you have pictures of this?
Yes, of course.
We need to see that. So definitely share that with us, because, you know, we want to share that also, and we want to show the possibilities. And that's really what this is. And I hope people who are listening to this is really just envisioning their own space, seeing how this could be implemented into their existing home, into their future homes, into their dream homes. If someone's an interior designer and, you know, being able to introduce this into design and home builders, I mean, really, the possibilities are endless. And that's what I love hearing, because, you know, that's what brings not only the aquarium industry to the next level, but it brings the home building and the home design industry to the next level.
And that's important, because when we talk with designers, they are so afraid of the aquariums.
Right.
Because they do not have a company to trust to bring it to their customers and say, okay, I have someone that is going to take care of the aquarium. And even in the show, I spoke with 2 or 3 designers that told me, you know what, when customers ask for aquariums, I say no.
Right.
I don't want to give
scary,
them a headache.
Right. Absolutely.
They will call me every time. So working with the designers is beautiful as well, because they know we got them back. Like we will be in charge of the aquarium more than the design. It's after it's installed, we take care of the customer, which is very important for an interior designer, you know?
Absolutely.
So working with them, it's beautiful. I would love more designers to bring ocean into homes and home builders as well, because my team has the experience and the knowledge to work with them as well.
Absolutely.
Right? To read the plans, architectural plans, to have meetings with the teams. And we have learned through the process, and we have done beautiful. We are working right now one in Hibiscus Island. It's beautiful. It will be also a huge aquarium. So I would love interior designers, and I invite them, make this part of your designs, because ocean is so special that it's worth
Absolutely.
to include it in a beautiful design.
Without a doubt. I mean, it's incredible. And you know, I relate things as I listen to them. And I'm literally taking what you do and putting it right up against home automation.
Yeah.
Because the purpose of home automation is your home's supposed to live with you. You're bringing a living aquarium into someone's home, but also on the personal side, on the customer side, the relationship side. The relationship really starts when the aquarium's built.
Yeah.
You know, that's when it starts. And the same thing for home automation, and like seeing how people understand it, because they're doing other things in their homes, and it's just a matter of managing it and having that relationship, that partnership. And it's inspiring to hear everything that you guys are doing, the people that you're working with, the projects that you're on, how your business has evolved. You know, I mean, it's funny, like you're saying, you know, people, you know, they have that hesitation and things like that. They take their time. They're trying to figure it out. I mean, you had to take your time and figure out if you're doing the home show. and
I told you why.
Right.
I want, when we've been talking for years.
Right? It's amazing. And there's always a right time. There's always a time and a place.
And I was thinking on that, like I needed the team that I have right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I needed the experience that I have right now. I needed the projects that we have. Like when customers came to the show and saw our portfolio and saw more than 60, 70, 100 aquariums to choose.
It's overwhelming.
So, oh, wow, we can do this. This can go inside a wall. Like it's beautiful, the process that we have lived through the years.
Right.
But I think it was the correct time. Like right now, we're ready.
Right.
We're ready. We're doing it. We have the experience. We have the team. And I'm proud of my team. I'm proud of what we have built. And you know what is funny and beautiful? That in the show, the 3 owners, we were there talking with people. And we still get passionate about this. And we still want to grow. It's sometimes people just grow the business and say, okay, goodbye, right?
Absolutely.
And it's normal. And probably it will be part of our lives as well. But at this moment, we are so into this, like the compromise of us as owners and the love that we put in our company, in our staff, in what we do is what we transfer to our customers.
Right.
And it's funny that you were talking about the relationship with the customer, but we're building aquariums to long for years.
Right.
So it's good for the customer to know, okay, I'm going to deal with these guys for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. I want to deal with someone that I feel good.
Absolutely.
Like that I feel comfortable, that they're educated, they're good people, they care about me, they care about my fish. So we have customers that we work with 11 years, 12 years.
That's amazing.
And keep going,
It
right?
says a lot about you guys. I mean, obviously, because you're consistent and you go through it, but I have to ask you, how was finally your experience at the home show?
Amazing. I told you there.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a showstopper. I knew it was going to be good because the aquarium was looking really nice, right? But I didn't expect so many people to stop and ask for information about this. And it's not the same to see an aquarium in a video or in a picture.
Yeah.
And we create the same the same emotion that we create in our showroom when we invite customers to come to our showroom and they enter to this amazing world of reef aquariums. They get shocked and everyone was smiling. Everyone's so happy. We take time to talk with everyone. We get a lot of leads, amazing leads, beautiful projects. I'm working with a customer that he has his first aquarium 10 years ago and he quit it. Like, okay, this is too much job. And then he found us and now he's building his dream aquarium and we're going to build him like a beautiful centerpiece for him. He's so excited, like a kid. He's choosing now the corals, the fish. So bringing this space to the home show was amazing. And my team did an amazing job. We're super grateful. Thanks for insisting.
You won an award.
We won an award. I
Absolutely.
cried.
Yeah, there was a lot
I was
of tears.
so happy.
But it's passion, it's accomplishment, it's everything that you put into it, not just to in the show, but for all the years that brought you to that moment. And you know, we were proud to be able to celebrate that with you. But you're right. I mean, everything you're talking about, you know, like outside of the show, like the effects of bringing family together, giving a piece, giving all of these different elements for all different types of people. You literally saw all of that coming to life at the show because different people would stop and just observe and look at the aquarium. You see kids, you see parents, you see couples, you see professionals, you see people who, you know, are, you know, maybe downsizing or, you know, all their kids are out of their home and they're older, whatever it might be. Like everyone had a purpose, but there wasn't anyone that didn't stop because everybody has an appreciation and, you know, being able to see the physical component of that, not just telling someone this has an effect, but when you see the effect and the immediate draw, it's amazing. And that's what I love about what we do. And it's really bringing people together. And at the end of the day, we mentioned it before, people do business with people. And it's the relationships you build and it's the community that you cultivate and bring people together. And we couldn't be more proud to have you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I want to invite Miami people to go to the Miami show.
Absolutely.
Right?
It's coming up.
And we're so excited to be in this show in Miami. We want people to bring pictures of their homes, be prepared for the process of designing on site in the show. We're bringing a lot of stuff, a lot of promotions. And then we want people to connect with the ocean.
Absolutely. No, it's amazing. And we spoke about a lot today.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we didn't touch on that you want to leave us with?
No, I think my invitation for people is don't be scared. Like this is a really beautiful present or gift for your family, for having time together, for having a space that it's beautiful for you, that it's enjoyable, that you have a trusted partner in us, that we will take care of the aquarium for sure with all our knowledge, and we will give our best. So it's just inviting people to dream. In the show, I said to everyone, go and dream.
Right.
Find a place. There's always a place for an aquarium, always. So dream about it, and my job is bring this vision to life.
Absolutely. Well, you guys obviously do an amazing job with that, and your team, what you accomplish, everything. I can't wait to see what's to come. And like I mentioned before, we're proud to have you. But for anybody who's listening to this and want to reach out to you guys, what's the best way?
So the best way is calling us or texting us.
And the best number, is there a phone number?
Yes, 786-397-9584. I'm the one that answered the call. So definitely everyone will talk with me. Or you can email us or visit our showroom. We have a beautiful showroom in Miami that you can visit, and we can assist you over there as well.
And your website is?
It's www.aquariummarketing.com.
And social media, because I know everyone can get some great inspiration there.
Aquarium Marketing with just one M. It's one M all together. Aquarium Marketing.
Perfect. And the thing is, it's like you can get some good inspiration. But what I love about your page and what you guys are always putting out, and it bleeds through this conversation that we had today, is you're always putting out information. You're educating people. You're putting out quality content. And I think that's like the differentiating factor when it comes to any industry. But you guys truly are experts in what you do. You're knowledgeable and you're passionate.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me here. And we will see you on Miami Convention Center.
Absolutely. So I can't wait to see what you guys are bringing there. Obviously, for many shows to come, but for all of you listening, we are Florida's premier destination for everything home design and home improvement. Visit the home design and remodeling shows in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, as well as Palm Beach. You can go to our website at homeshows.com. Make sure you follow us at FL Home Shows and subscribe to our channel to get all of the latest in home design and home improvement. But until next time, stay tuned for the next episode.